There's something about old-fashioned promotional and advertising photography that really excites me as an artist. A lot of photography is all about capturing that one crucial moment in time. This can be photographing either a highly significant historical event or a more personal but equally precious moment such as a family portrait. All of that's very important, obviously, but I truly love the concept of disposable art. I love an entire photography shoot being created for one advert, or for a greetings card, or for any other purpose which will be quickly forgotten a few weeks later. It's like those ghosts of old advertising signs you sometimes see painted on the walls of old buildings. You look up at them and you can still see the faint letters dutifully advertising gramophones or some other antique product or service, long after the company and product are gone. I love to select a photograph which was never meant to be remembered and revitalise it for a new audience. Context is everything in art. A lot of old photographs such as this one exist without original context and purpose, but still exist as beautiful photographs in their own right. The debate of the value of commercial art is unlikely to ever go away, but it's truly fascinating for me to see commercial art have the commercial stripped away from it. What truly is the difference between one portrait done for purely artistic reasons and one created to sell a product, if not the Coca-Cola logo being in the corner? If these logos are removed, what do we have left if not art? From a colouring standpoint, this is the kind of picture that I feel horrified to discover, as I immediately see the massive potential in converting it to colour, but I also know how many hours I'm going to have to devote to precision colouring work. The majority of the time on this photograph was spent colouring the small details on the sheet she's wrapped in. It's very much just a case of putting on a podcast and settling into work. There's no real way of automating the process. When you do black and white photography in the colour photography era, you have to get into the mindset of ignoring the colour when you take a photograph. You may find a truly beautiful flower made up of multiple colours, but you realise none of that colour information will be captured. Therefore, you find yourself focusing on interesting patterns and contrast instead. I find it interesting that a studio photographer would have chosen these props for her to pose with due to their patterns and shapes and not paid any attention to the differences in colour. My goal is always to try and capture the moment in time of the photograph being taken, to freeze that moment as it would have looked outside of the camera. Therefore, I decided to emphasise the potential difference in colours for the props that would have been in the studio. The original purpose of this photograph may have been lost forever, but the photograph itself continues to sell itself over 100 years after it was taken. The time you've spent looking at it today is proof of that fact. I really enjoyed this opportunity to bring life to this long forgotten photograph. If you enjoyed this video, giving it a like would be very much appreciated. Also, if you'd like to subscribe, I have even more time lapses and tutorials planned for the future. Until then, thank you very much for watching.